blonde hair, pointy ears, and a game series of puzzle platformers that spawned a franchise of sequels and okay spin-offs. What? No, I'm talking about Jak. You know, from Jak and Daxter? The completely original character that in no way bears any resemblance to a Nintendo creation? I mean, seriously, and you guys call yourself gamers. Now go on, get out of here. Jak and Daxter, the best 3D platformer from the early 2000s that honestly doesn't get talked about anymore. I mean, seriously, whenever I bring this up at a party, people just seem to walk away. And it's not like the 2000s were that long ago either. Here's a list of some of the most recognizable game franchises that came out in the 2000s. You got Animal Crossing, you got BioShock, Call of Duty, God of War, Halo, Uncharted, Mass Effect. You even had Nintendogs in 2005. If that isn't a good decade for gaming, then I don't know what is. I don't know what is. Jak and Daxter, of course, came out in 2001 for the PS2. Your boy actually got the whole trilogy of games from a cousin, and let me tell you, after popping in that disc into my PS2, I was hooked.
Hey, it's Vegas, and I gotta say, they don't make 3D platformers like they used to anymore. Hold on. Okay, I'm getting word that this statement could be reduced. Yeah, that's more like it. You see, the platformer genre, be it 2D or 3D, has more or less rolled over and died since the days of the Wii and PS3. Sure, you have some outliers like indie game love letters to the genre, like Yooka-Laylee or Celeste, that unfortunately aren't enough to revive the genre and show companies that there's still a fan base for those types of games. But hey, at least Mario's still kicking. This change in interest is what ultimately got Jak and Daxter and other franchises in the same vein left by the wayside. But why? To answer that question, we gotta take a closer look at the PlayStation original that defined a generation. Okay, not that close, not that close! Yeah, this game fucks. Jak and Daxter was developed by Naughty Dog. You know and love them from the Crash Bandicoot series, maybe Uncharted, and I think I'm forgetting something. Am I forgetting something? Naughty Dog co-founder Jason Rubin and his team of developers wanted to make a game in the same vein of Mario 64, utilizing its free roam element while combining it with a more story-heavy element that Naughty Dog is so known for. Get out of here.
Jak and Daxter started off as the game that we all wanted to see for a next-generation console. We had never really explored free roaming, we had never explored giant environments, we'd never explored anywhere near the detail that we knew that we could get on the PlayStation 2. We just kind of went through a process of, as gamers, what would we want? And then what more can we produce beyond even a gamer's expectations?
Hell yeah. They even said they wanted seamless transitions from zone to zone with no loading screens so the player would feel like there's no textbook level for them to get to and say, okay, that's enough for today. Which is a big ask, but how does that feel 20 years later? I haven't put the game down for 3 days. So the story of Jak and Daxter saw, get this, Jak and Daxter on a journey to find a sage that can turn Daxter from an orange ferret back into this guy from Harry Potter. You see, Daxter fell into a pool of dark eco. Eco is basically a natural resource of this world. It's a form of energy studied by sages who specialize in the properties of their respective eco. You have green eco, which holds the energy of life, it heals you. Blue eco, which holds the energy of motion, it makes you run fast. Red eco, which holds the energy of strength, and makes you kill shit quicker. And yellow, which holds the energy of fireballs. I don't know. You also have light and dark eco, the rarest and most powerful forms. Dark eco can either kill you, turn you into a weasel, or make you a monster, but we haven't gotten there yet. And light eco turns you into a god. The green sage studies green eco, red studies red, you get the idea. So Jak, in order to save his best friend, must find and unite the sages once again, because it's believed that light eco is the only way to change him back, but it's only created when combining all 4 ecos. Look man, 10-year-old Vegas loved this shit, but oh no, the dark eco sage is evil. I bet you didn't see that one coming. He corrupts his sister and stops Jak from reuniting the sages, which is where we get the best line of the game. Until of course it does, Jak becomes the first person to channel light eco, obliterates them, saving the fucking world. Now look, does all this sound a little confusing and kinda dumb? Yeah, a bit. But it's a kid's game from the early 2000s, what do you expect? Pulp Fiction, there is enough feet for that. But the reason why I think the story works so well and why it deserves more recognition can be summed up with 2 simple words. Execution. You see, the reason why the story is so fun to play through is because it's so fun to play through. You see what I did there? The gameplay stimulates my monkey brain with how simple yet well designed it is. You press X to jump, square to punch, circle to spin kick, and you better get used to pressing circle because I don't know if it's just me, but I can never hit X to jump just once. Hell, not even twice. I always had to hit that XX circle combo just to get that spin kick out. It just feels so good, I don't know what it is. It's like peeing on the rim of the toilet, it always happens, you can't control it. Same with pressing L1 to roll whenever I'm trying to get somewhere fast. It's always L1X, L1X, L1X. Now this is gaming. Now, Jak and Daxter is a platformer, but I'm only calling it that because, you know, you jump places. You see, Jak and Daxter is more than just a platformer, it's a free-roaming, story-driven, collectathon jumping simulator with gooch, smooch, action. It's so fun to walk around in this world. The devs weren't lying when they said they wanted to make an immersive experience, because you really can just walk into the next zone with no loading times. Barely any loading times. You see, while Mario had characters with barely any voice acting, Jak and Daxter has full lines of dialogue for its many characters like mildly over-sexualized girl 1 and 2, the weird guy from your 4th period, the Walmart version of Kronk, and don't even get me started on the mayor.
Oh, it is a sizable contribution. I just hope this power cell adequately represents my gratitude.
Is this what politics is like? Daxter even has like hundreds of different lines of commentary whenever you die or are stuck somewhere.
We need to charge you up with that blue stuff to get this open. Looks like Scott's right behind you, Jak!
Jesus, you mean to tell me this guy won the award for Best Original Character? That's like handing over a trophy for Best Original Joke to the guy who stole your joke but only got laughs because he said it louder. About the gameplay again, so much of it is just collecting shit from all over the map. You have your Precursor orbs, which basically act as coins from Mario, which you use to trade with NPCs for the more valuable item.
He's a power cell.
Hold on. Okay, so did Naughty Dog basically steal everything that made Super Mario 64 great? Yes, but they did that and made it better. I have the same outlook on my YouTube channel, that's why I have so many subscribers. Honestly though, it can get really annoying if you're trying to collect everything in this game, especially if you're not paying much attention as to where you've been. Like one scout fly might be left behind on accident, then you have to backtrack through the whole zone to find where you left it. Thankfully, the power cells are easy to collect. They usually involve finding them sitting out in the open or from completing a challenge in the zone, but I gotta say, fuck the Precursor orbs. They're so small and hard to find if you don't remember where they are, especially in the zoomer levels because you'll just zoom right past them. You see what I did there? I gotta say though, the levels are pretty well designed for a game that came out on a console with this as its prevailing meme. The levels have great variety, each with its own types of enemies to fight, like Spider Caves has, well, spiders, Snowy Mountain has yetis, and my favorite, Sentinel Beach has... Oh, this is that dune thing everyone's talking about. Granted, the map isn't as open world as something like Breath of the Wild. They're fairly linear. Think like Dark Souls 2, where the hub world has passages that lead to other areas, which then have passages that lead to even more areas. But in Jak and Daxter, these areas are islands, surrounded by water. So how does Jak and Daxter stop you from going out of bounds? Yeah, this thing is single-handedly the reason I hate going swimming. Seriously, this fucking thing follows you anywhere there's water, even in places you least expect it. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to know about this guy, so why isn't he in Smash? Okay, this doesn't count. You see, while Banjo was more about music timing and Ratchet and Clank were focused on, I don't know, eating nuts and bolts, Jak and Daxter focused on the fun and freedom of storytelling. Who am I to speak? I never played these games. The only reason I like these ones is because they basically forced their way into my life as a kid. Some call this bias, I call it Stockholm Syndrome.
Still, I don't know why people forgot about Jak and Daxter, so in search of answers, I did what any desperate person would do seeking validation, and took a poll on Instagram. As I expected, you're all Kratos simps. Now, as you can see, Jak and Daxter got last place, but the answer to that is a little more complex than you might think.
You see, what do God of War, Uncharted, and Ratchet and Clank have in common aside from them being PlayStation original characters? They all have received some sort of major representation in the past 3 years. God of War had a remake and now it's getting a sequel in 2022. The Uncharted franchise is getting a fucking movie next year as well. And Ratchet & Clank got both of those. And what did Jak and Daxter get? A remaster back in 2017? Jeez, it's like looking at a ghost. Look, the real reason the Jak franchise hasn't been in the public eye isn't from lack of trying. Co-founders Jason Rubin and Andy Gavin have since left the company for creative differences, and there were talks of a proper Jak 4 reboot utilizing HD photorealistic graphics, but the project didn't get past the design phase, due to Naughty Dog not wanting to stray too far from what made Jak great and disappoint the fans, which is probably the best decision Neil Druckmann has ever made. I said get out of here!
Now, does this mean we'll get any proper Jak representation in the near future? No, but I'm okay with that. It's cool. It's like liking an underground band from the 90s that everyone just forgot about. And yes, before you ask, I will start posting about it all over social media just to seem cool.
Now, this video isn't trying to convince you of why you should like Jak. It's more so a video of me sucking the dick of a game that isn't as niche as I might think, so you feel validated for liking it. Hold on.
Yeah? Jak, what are you doing here?
I'm gonna kill you.
Ow, Jak, what the fuck? Ow, stop, Jak, stop, stop!